and welcome to my live stream. Right, so already some comments that I'd better address. So, firstly, Alistair is very proud of being first. That's because you haven't got a life. Secondly, why does this need a 5-minute countdown? What exactly getting up to in those 5 minutes whilst I sit here filth? Well, if you check my website, you'll see that the stream was advertised at 11:30. So, yeah, so it had to start at 11:30. I do the countdown because some people get the alert. Some people are set up to have alerts, and then they sort of tune in, and it's quite nice that it hasn't completely started. And you forgot my quite good Bowie impression on that song. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about The Way Things Are, which I recorded about 24 years ago. Is that a Bowie impression? It sounds nothing like Bowie. It sounds sort of whiny and nasal. It's quite a good Tennant impression. But there we go. So, hello. What am I doing today? Well, I'm going to do something a little bit different today, whilst still doing exactly what I always do. I'm having a small break from Empress of the Trees, and I'm going to actually write or start writing a short story, and it's part of my 60/40 Doctor Who: The Bill crossover collection. And as research for that, I've watched 2 episodes, one of Doctor Who and one of The Bill. So the episode of Doctor Who I watched was actually from 2005. It was the episode where Rose Tyler talks the Doctor into going back to 1987 so she can see her dad. And then she sort of says, he died by himself. Can I just go and hold his hand as he's dying? So the Doctor goes, oh yeah, all right. And then she obviously changes things so that her dad doesn't die, which was quite dickish, and the Doctor's quite annoyed about it, particularly because with no Time Lords around, with the timeline changing, these creatures come out of the vortex to try and kind of seal the wound in time, and eventually the only way it's resolved is that Pete Tyler, Rose's dad, has to step in front of the car that was supposed to kill him, but it's in a slightly different location now. Instead of being on, I have made notes, instead of being on, hang on, wrong button, instead of being on Jordan Road, which is where he originally died, now it's suddenly outside St Christopher's Parish Church on Waterley Street. So I've kind of decided, did I give you a copy of those handbroken billows? I feel like I can watch them down route. You didn't, but remember I have hand broke as well, so I can watch them. I can take them with me if I want to. To be honest, I'm not really watching The Bill at the moment. I rewatched those. I've rewatched one today. So I watched the 2005 episode of Doctor Who that's set in 1987. I then watched a 1987 episode of The Bill. Now, I've kind of got this theory about The Bill in that the episodes are set roughly when they're broadcast, which kind of works. But I'm really glad I watched the episode today because I was going to specifically refer to the episode that was broadcast 5 days before Rose's dad died and mention some of the things in it. But then I noticed it said on the screen, because they've got the CAD room and there's a digital display with the date on it, and it says it's March or April, can't remember. So I can't make references to that specific episode because although it was transmitted in November, it was set in March that year. So, and in fact, that's quite interesting because it actually makes the episode set after, well, effectively between Series 3 and Series 4. So Series 3 was the last episode where they were making 10 to 13 a year, and then Series 4 was when they started going weekly, which I think was in August, when they did 2 episodes a week. Anyway, so what it also means, because I wanted to use Tom Penny in this short story, but actually, if it's set at this time, Tom Penny is still convalescing from being shot in the final episode of Series 3. So I'm really glad I did that because that would have been a huge continuity error. So I made some notes here about Peter Allen Tyler, who is Rose's dad. And he died on the 7th of November 1987. It was the day that Stuart Hoskins and Sarah Clark were getting married at St Christopher's Parish Church on Waterley Street. In the original version of history, he parked the car very close to their home on the Powell estate, got out, didn't see where he was going, was run over and killed. He had a vase in his hands, which was a wedding gift that he'd just picked up, and it smashed on the ground. Then when Rose prevented the death, when time healed itself, he still died, but he died a few hours later outside the church after the wedding. So I kind of thought, well, what if somebody witnesses the original death and reports it, but there's absolutely no evidence of that death? So this little old lady reports a particular car hit a particular man at a particular time in a particular place. So the ambulance and the police rush out there, and there's nothing there. There's no car, there's no bits of damaged car, there's no body. The only thing that's left is this broken vase. And the policeman that's going to attend, or the two police officers that are going to attend, are Reg Hollis and June Ackland. And the lady who witnessed it is like, well, it definitely happened. And they're going, yeah, but where's the body? And because, if he's as badly injured as you say, if he's dead like you say, where's he gone? And then a few hours later, they're called to an incident at St Christopher's Parish Church. And Reg is like, this is exactly what that lady said. This is the same car has hit the same man, only this time he's here and this time he actually is dead. And yeah, that's basically the story. So it's and I'm going to have Reg walking past the TARDIS at some point, obviously not recognising it for what it was. And right at the end, he's just going to say to Sergeant Cryer is my favourite character, and I've used him very heavily in the first two stories I've written. So he's only going to have a brief appearance in this one, but he's basically going to say to Cryer at the end, all of this. He goes, oh, one other thing, boss. I thought all the police boxes had been taken out of circulation, but I saw one at Wortley Street, and Cryer's going to be, right, okay, thanks for telling me, Reg. And obviously he's aware that Reg has said it's really weird. We've had this woman reporting a death, gets the details exactly right 4 hours before it happens. And in conjunction with the police box, he realises this is something that's a bit odd. So just the last scene will be him phoning unit and reporting it in, but he's not going to be central to the story. Anyway, so I suppose I'd better start writing it, hadn't I? So let's just make sure the file is open. It is. So let's go to typing view. Wrong button. There we go. And get writing. Okay, so let's put that there. So I can see any comments that come up. Right. You know the octopus streams when you're out of the room, right? Yes, I do. Yeah, he's very good like that. He actually writes some of this shit for me as well. Should I describe him? Right. I've called this originally. This was originally, the story's changed quite a little bit from what I was originally going to do, because it was all going to be set in the aftermath of Pete's death, and was literally just going to be about the police informing the people in the church what had just happened. But I'd forgotten the timey-wimey nature of the story and how history effectively changed in it. So let's just find out, when was Trudy Goodwin born, because I need to give a description of June Ackland and make an approximation of her age as well. Would it be fair to call her world weary? Or is that a little bit too much? Let's just get me web browser. Oop. So 13th of November 1951. So in 1987 she would be 36. And I think we can assume June is of a similar age, so late 30s. Now, should I call them Reg and June or Hollis and Ackland? That's the next question. I think I'm going to call them Hollis and Ackland, so... Where's my bloody notes? Oh, 15 quid? Mintish. If it's going to play, fine, yeah, because it's about listening to it. I don't want them to look at. I want to actually listen to them. But yeah, if it's going to play, fine, yeah, that'd be lovely. Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to use a particular character actually and describe a particular actor who appeared in the next episode. Just as a member of the public, let's see if I can find the actor's name and the character's name. Oh, the character's got the lovely name of Woman at Counter. Oh, and the actor died. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I thought I recognised them. Yeah, they were in Red Dwarf. Huh. Oh, bless. Oh, she was quite sweet. Okay, well, I'm going to name the character after the actress then. That's Jordan Road. And what did I type in? Jordan Road. Right, I now need to get a description, so I either dial the episode up or I see if I can get some stills on the internet. No, he wasn't wearing a suit. I think it's there, isn't it? That's the... Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I hadn't thought of that. Well, obviously I've thought of it now. Was he wearing a flower? I'm guessing he was wearing a flower. Was he wearing a flower? He must have been. I'm guessing he must have been. But maybe not. I wish he was wearing a... I'm just going to dial up the episode on iPlayer, because if he was wearing a carnation or something, that would really, really help. But I have a funny feeling he wasn't, and I don't want to rewrite history. Don't want to create my own continuity errors. Right, where's iPlayer on my iPad? Maybe I haven't got it. Oh yeah, I have. There we go. Turn the volume down so I don't get a copyright infringement. Right, Doctor Who. Doctor Who. God, there's so many versions of Doctor Who now. Apparently there's been 3 series. One that ran 63 to 96, one that ran 2005 to 2022, and a new one that started last year. Bullshit. No, let's see if I can find... Oh, there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. So, Series 1... Father's Day. Let's just play a little bit of it. I do have a TV license, thank you. Come on, what was he wearing? Please be wearing a rose. Obviously that's his daughter. But which series is the best? Well, the original. The one that ran from 63 to 96, obviously. Come on, Pete Tyler. No, he's... Oh, no, I need the long shot when he puts his jacket back on. It's quite a moving little episode, this. I haven't watched it for years. I've not watched much of the new show, actually. And I've watched more Tennant than Eccleston because I didn't feel Eccleston really wanted to be there. Even his performance in this episode is very minimal. Oh, why wasn't he wearing a bloody carnation? Is that a wedding? Oh yeah, because enough people are watching this to. I don't dislike Christopher Eccleston's Doctor. He didn't have time to win me over. That's the problem. He wasn't there long enough. I think what really upset me was the news broke that he was leaving between episode 1 and episode 2 going out, which kind of, yay, it's back. Oh, it's fucked already, was kind of how I felt. So, but he isn't wearing a long shot, please. I don't think he's wearing a carnation at all by the look of it, which is a shame. I'll try and get a long shot of him. Come on, give us that. Come on. God, this episode is very slow. The pace was quite slow for a modern Doctor Who, I thought. No, there's no carnation or anything. Sod you. Right. No, you'd had a one episode Doctor before, but not a one season Doctor. Here's something I discovered. The Japanese translated it as Angel of Sorrow. Doesn't even scan. Stupid. Does that mean they've got no concept of sin? Or it didn't rhyme, I suppose. I don't know. No. £2.83. What for what do you call it? For disco. Plus whatever the domestic chaperone is, £102.83 then. Oh, cool, thank you. Oh, hang on.
Hello. Just sign above the line for us. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye. Right then. Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. That were UPS. Thought I'd just for me to read. I thought I'd get a little hardback done of the English Hikikomori, and yeah, this is it. I'm not actually that pleased with. I think I did the. I don't think there's enough writing on the page, so I've actually ordered another one where there's a little bit more writing on the page. But yeah, there we go. And the reason I've done this is because I want to read it, because I want to write my synopsis. But there we go. So I have actually reordered it. It'll be slightly slimmer because this one actually came to 360 pages because of the... you need a font and a layout consultant. Yeah, and every time you fucking slag off it, I ask you where you think it would be better, and you just go, oh, look at Folio Society or something. And to be honest with you, I just did this for me for a reading copy. So well, that's all right. Vaguely happy with that. It looks nice. Yeah, definitely too much space on the side of the page. I see you as a Folio Society quality author. Well, if you'd read my stuff, you might be able to possibly make a comment like that, although I think we both know it's not true. Oh, well, that's cool. I'm pleased with that. That looks nice. But yes, I just wanted a nice copy that I can hit you with next time I see you. Right, okay, so anyway. So the reason I've got this is I'm actually now going to start reading it and make notes for my synopsis. There we go. That's exciting, isn't it? With illustrations, I'll draw cock and balls on the pages for you. Thanks. How do I ban comments in the chat? I should have an AI and a facetiousness filter. He's not driving one. He was bloody well dead. If I recall, English Hikikomori has that scene. It probably doesn't. I probably took it out or alluded to it. What I found is with anything like that, if you're talking about the masturbation scene, things are more subtle when they're not there. So I allude to it, and reading between the lines, it's there, but it's not. It's not as, pardon the pun, in your face as it was in the first draft. Yeah, that was inspired by... well, do you know what? If you're that much of a prude that something that happens in real life can't happen in a book, then perhaps you shouldn't read. You could not drive away, he was bloody well dead. Hollis shook his head. Sorry, lads, false alarm. Just going to add a bit. Oh, here we go. Have you got Disco 2 on LP? No. But then that was a weird piece of shit, that was. I haven't got any of the discos on LP. Disco 3. Well, the thing is, I'm a kind of all or nothing. I want them all. I don't mind having disco because that kind of feels like part of the original set, but I'm not so bothered about any of the others, to be honest. Ah, now, when did they start saying Oscar and started saying Sierra Oscar? Oh, that's going to... I can't screw that up. Oh, no, there were Sierra Oscar in the episode I've just watched. That's right, okay. Right, what's June's call sign? Is it 545 something 3? I'm sure it's PC 5 something 3. It's not 543. No, 4-8 was when she was a sergeant. What was her? Let's find out. No. She was only 48 when she was a sergeant, so I don't want that. I want her call sign when she was. Epaulette number 48. No, it bloody wasn't. Not for most of her career. Okay. The bill. What am I looking for? Call signs. So, police constables. So, let's see, I think it was 5 something, wasn't it? Nope. I know Hollis was 171. 643. So I was almost right. I said 543. Is she not in that episode? Yes, but I didn't note down her call sign because I didn't know I'd need it. And as I know Hollis is 171. So Penny's away. I'm trying not to overuse Crier. So what was the other sergeant? Sergeant Alec Peters. Oh, no, I've got Mrs. Edwards and Taffy Edwards. Right, so I'm not going to have that being Taffy then. Who can I have instead? Needs to be one of the originals that I'm not going to get a chance to use. Oh, God. Who's the guy with the tash? The northerner. Oh, what's it doing? Yorkie. Yorkie, thank you. And another thing she yelled, if you've got them there radios, why have you put in a new police box? There we go. Wow. That's 1,351 words written. I'm quite happy with that. Right, so the next scene is they're going to do the... Again, let me just Google the Police National Computer and see when that was around. Because I can't... Would it have been around in 1987? I suppose it could have been. There we go. Police National Computer. Oh, 1974. Oh, okay. Now, next question. When was the Crown prosecution set up? Oh, 1986. Okay, perfect. There we go. Right. So that's that. Quite a short scene, but it does it. I'm so pleased with this. I'm going to enjoy reading through this. It's quite a short book. You don't realise how short it is, actually. Another thing I'll be interested to see is that this unlike previous editions I've physically printed, this one has gone through Grammarly, so I'll be fascinated to see how many errors I spot, because I usually spot errors when I'm reading in a paperback more than if I'm reading off paper. Deep music. Did I change? There was another thing I was toying with doing. I'm going to stop in a minute. I'm gonna carry on tomorrow with this short story. What? Yeah. But there was I wanted to put a little Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference into this because I'm a Hitchhiker's Guide fan, and there's a bit where Freddie's ex-girlfriend is driving him down the bypass, and I wanted to make out that the village they were in was called the town they were in was called Bevingford. When you say sometimes I think Grammarly can change your writing style too much, have you watched me using it when you say that? Because about the only thing I let Grammarly do is I let it correct the punctuation, and I let it remove words I know I overuse. So really, actually, there's a string of words I've actually got written down in a notebook that I know I've overused. And I think to say I allow it to change my writing style is not giving me enough credit for knowing what my style is. So, no, but I don't change dialogue. That's an absolute rule. If it's dialogue, I don't change it. Unless I'm overusing a particular word. But no, dialogue is one. In fact, you must have seen me say, no, that's dialogue, I'm not changing that. Because the dialogue is in the character's voice, which an AI isn't going to understand. So, no, I basically I use it for I am. It's the danger of it absolutely is the danger if you're stupid enough to allow, if as a user you're stupid enough to let it do that. But I literally use it. 99% of what I use it for is I put commas in the wrong place. I'm terrible with punctuation. So mainly it removes commas from certain places, adds commas from certain places. I also forget hyphens. I'm a terrible hyphener. You got Grammarly to write. Grammarly? Are you sure? Are you getting Grammarly confused with something else? I didn't realise Grammarly could do that. No, I was going to say, AI you mean, sorry, yeah. Well, I don't use ChatGPT to edit. No, so I literally use it for punctuation, so commas, hyphens. Occasionally I will say something in a long-winded way, and it might tidy that up. So very occasionally I will go, actually, yes, no, that is better. But as if it's dialogue, I tend to say no because it's a character speaking and I know the character's voice when the AI doesn't. Oh, AI in general, yeah. But no, I'd be interested to see how many mistakes I spot in this, because there's bound to be some that I haven't picked up on. Although I'm glancing through it and it looks good. Yeah, should I send you a copy of this? No. I've got a paperback coming as well. I wanted to know what it looked like in paperback, which is very silly. Anyway, so I think that'll do me for the stream for today. I'm trying to think what else I need to do today. I need to return my copy of Smash because I'm not very happy. So I've generated the returns label, but I might do that tomorrow actually. I might nip into my bookshop today and see if they've got any more of me Terry Pratchett's in. And yeah, and I might glance through this and start writing synopsis. But no, I like what this looks like on the page. I really do. But the next version will be slightly better because basically, do you need a mailer? What do you mean a mailer? Oh, for Smash. What do you mean, a mailer for Smash? I don't even know what that means. Sorry, you have to explain. I don't know what a mailer is in that context. Oh, you mean a box? No, it'll go back in the box that it came in. No, it'll go back in the one that it came in. I kept it. I'll just tape it back up. I've got some brown tape. So no, it'll just go back exactly as they sent it to me. So yeah. You have some. No. Okay. Right, so I shall come back later today or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet to continue with this story. So the remaining scene now is they're going to get called to an incident at a church, and Hollis is going to put together that the description of the guy matches the the clothes that the ghost was wearing when she saw, yeah. But I'll do that later. I'm gonna have a little read through this and start writing my synopsis. Oh, actually no. If you like, we can do. I've forgotten about because my record player's got settings on it for 12-inch and 7-inch, so you can obviously the needle goes to the right point when you want to listen to the record. But of course, 10 inches are quite rare, so there isn't a 10-inch selection on there. So I think if I ever bought a 10-inch, I'd have to manually move the label on, manually move the needle on. But that's not a big deal. Right. Okay. So I'll be back, as I say, later today or tomorrow to continue with this story. And yes, and we can do some Big Brother now if you want. You can hit me with some Dermot. Although I think you're right. We're not going to need to do a Big Mouth because you're right. I think we watched today's Big Mouth yesterday. So that's good. We've managed to avoid having to watch Horn and Corden. So that can only be a bonus, can't it? Anyway, try and keep my conversations that have nothing to do with this off here. Those of you who have been watching, whether it's live or... And how many people are watching live? Let's have a look. Oh, a few of you. Thank you for watching. I'll be back probably later today because I've got the urge to continue this later today. But take care. Thank you for watching. Follow me on all my socials by scanning the QR code in the corner of the screen. And I will see you eventually. Later today, tomorrow, whatever. Bye-bye.